I'm Caitlin. That's Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean. That's Caitlin.
Hi.
Hello.
And this is 5 Words, the podcast. That's what you're listening to.
Mm-hmm.
We're very glad that you're listening to it. And if this is your first episode, it's weird that you're listening to us on Christmas Eve. But hey, maybe it's a weird Christmas Eve. Or maybe you just need some joy in your life.
An escape.
So if it's the first time you're listening, here's the deal. We have on a guest. They have a story that they're prepared to tell us. But before they tell us the story, they tell us 5 keywords from the story. And then,
based on what we know about the guest and those 5 words, we tell them what we think the story is, which we are 100% without a doubt every single time to the syllable correct.
Yeah, it's almost like they are doing a Mad Libs and we were just too spot on where it's not even funny anymore.
They told us the story already. We bludgeoned them over the head hard enough to where they forgot that they told it. Then we wake them up and make them play this game where we already know the story, and it freaks them out if sarcasm's hard to relay.
Yes.
We're never right, but whatever.
And we don't bludgeon people.
We also don't bludgeon people, literally.
Yeah. But that's the podcast.
But yeah, it's Christmas Eve when you're listening to this right now.
Yes, it's Christmas Eve. Drop this sode.
Dropping this episode on Christmas Eve. Mm-hmm. And, Christmas is all about... what?
The second day of Hanukkah.
Or the second... Yeah, exactly. We here at 5 Words Podcast do not have a symbol that looks like it's trying to make you... trying to replace the Star of David in your mind. We want you to remember the Jewish side of this. But that's the thing. Hanukkah doesn't always fall on numerically at this time of year.
It's a different calendar.
Yeah, because I remember years ago... Hanukkah was in it felt like it was in late November. I mean, it wasn't. It was in December.
No, there was one that was it fell almost near my mom's birthday. Early summer.
There was one Hanukkah that happened in July, I remember. It was a beach Hanukkah.
It was a very different calendar.
Hanukkah beach jam.
No, that was when we were in Australia.
Yeah. A bunch of Jews running around on the beach. Jewish people, and they love their beaches.
Yep.
I mean, Israeli Jews, I feel like, do. I feel like American Jews are less beachy. But then again, Miami.
True.
Miami. Go to Miami.
Yeah.
Go to Miami.
Go to, any of the beaches in Long Island.
Yeah.
New York beaches.
There you go. True.
Los Angeles beaches.
But there you go. So I would like to... Oh, hold on. Can we pause for a second? So that was just my mom.
I might keep one of those Sean's
You keep them in there. We're here at the 5 Words Annex studio in Louisiana.
Yep.
And my mom just yelled at me to tell me to hurry up. We got to go to my sister's Christmas Eve party.
Yep.
So basically, no, but this episode will be great. Speaking of family, this guy is not only a longtime friend, but also just a guy like you'd want as a brother or a cousin or like a third cousin or like an uncle even in some senses.
Yes, he's an absolute sweetheart.
And a great comedian and a great dude.
Mm-hmm.
Watch me nail his name. Cy Amundson.
Nope.
Shit, what? Really?
Yeah, you still messed it up. Sean does this for most of the episode, and he's known Cy longer than I have.
Amundson.
Amundson.
Okay,
You know what? I just realized
I have a speech impediment with friends from Minnesota.
No, you know what I just realized though is the Amundson Theater is like a theater in LA, and I think I've grown up familiar with that word.
Yeah, that's
but it's
exactly
not a normal last name.
Yeah, right, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
But it's like almond, but without the L.
And like almonds, he's delicious
and crunchy.
And goes well as a milk.
Yes.
He could be a milk substitute.
Very true.
Our guest could be a substitute for milk, and he's that nutritious.
All right, here's what I'm saying though. If you listen to our last episode with Chad Daniels,
right,
and you liked that one,
of course you did.
Cy and him and Chad have a podcast together called.
Middle of Somewhere.
Middle of Somewhere. I was going to say Somewhere
Great
of Nowhere.
Podcast. Middle of Somewhere.
Yeah. So it's great. So check out this episode.
You're going to love it.
It's really great. I really love this story.
It actually, it's one of like the most animated, visually, beautifully laid out. He paints a wonderful picture here.
You know what? Actually, I don't usually do this with most podcasts. Like with our episodes, I feel like people tell the story, and I'm like, "Oh, go listen. It's a good episode." With Cy's, I actually like retold bits of his story to other people because it was such an interesting picture to paint.
Check it out.
So check it out.
And this is Christmas Eve, and this week, where are you at, Caitlin? Well, actually, we're in the same places.
Yes.
Friday in New Orleans, Louisiana, at the one and only Dragon's Den. the 27th, 8 p.m. show.
Mm-hmm.
Then Saturday, the 28th, we are in Hattiesburg at one of my favorite venues,
The Thirsty Hippo.
The Thirsty Hippo. Also 8 o'clock show. And then Sunday, a place you've yet to be, but I love this town, Lafayette, Louisiana at Club 337. Also an 8 p.m. show. All three would be fantastic. I guarantee it. Come out.
Yes.
That
we
will
haven't
be
been to this part of the South in a while. So if you have been listening to the podcast down here, come say hi.
Come out. This will be our belated Christmas gift to everyone who enjoys this episode, among all the others. Check out episode 33. Episode 33.
Yeah. Wait. Before we get off.
What?
I also remembered the drunk guy from Thirsty Hippo last time, but I should probably not call him out. But he was hilarious.
What guy?
The guy that got on stage.
What guy got on stage?
Remember the Thirsty Hippo, the drunk guy who sat next to me?
Oh, that. Yeah, last time we were in Hattiesburg, by the way, a drunk dude got on stage and fell off.
Yeah. So this
fell off the stage.
What happened was I was opening for Sean, and after I got off stage, I went to go grab a drink, and this guy started talking to me and telling me about how he really wanted to try comedy, and he was just being a friendly dude, but he just got drunker and drunker and drunker throughout Sean's set. And then afterwards, he came up to us and was like, "Can I try out some jokes on you guys?"
Oh, God.
Which is a question that, by the way, if you want to try comedy, go try those jokes at an open mic before you ask a professional.
If you either go try them, write them out, get them down, get your pattern down, get the gall up to get on stage and do them in front at an open mic, or
do this,
or show up, watch a professional comedian, get shit-faced in the process, and afterwards, when it's just the comedians in the back of the room having a drink and, fucking reminiscing, walk up, ask them, a group of comedians, if you can try out jokes in front of them. They're going to say yes. Know that they want you to fail.
Yes.
So the best thing you can do is fail as huge as possible, which is get on stage, be too drunk to stay on that stage, standing, and fall off of that stage in front of them all.
You know what?
That killed. That killed harder than anything in the show.
I actually will say, anyone that's ever asked, "Can I tell you a joke?" I have no recollection of them.
Yeah.
But this guy I remember.
That guy I'll remember forever. I want to have him. Like, you closed for me, buddy, wherever you are out there.
Yeah.
I've never had someone close for me before.
First credit, close for Sean Patton.
That was last year at Hattiesburg, so this year
on
the 28th it will be badass.
Yeah.
This year again, hopefully no one falls off the stage unless they are intending to. We were just in L.A.
We were
walking down the street.
This is my favorite thing that happened during Christmas.
We were just walking to the Grove in L.A. and through like a very residential neighborhood. If you know Los Angeles, it was just south of 3rd Street.
On Blackburn.
On what street?
Blackburn.
Yeah, Blackburn. Yes, you're right. And
Edinburgh.
I believe we were I believe we're on the corner of Edinburgh and Colgate.
Oh, you know it was. We were turning
if you
up to
know your
Blackburn.
Los Angeles.
Yep, right by the Grove.
We're just having a polite, silent, very chill conversation. It's very nice. I have a couple weed eaters in the distance.
Mm-hmm.
You hear the traffic coming up on 3rd, and then from off to the right, we hear a sound that you could only equate to a dragon having its prostate checked. The moment the dragon doctor's finger goes in the dragon's butthole.
No.
And that this insanely perfect pitch, loud,
massive burp,
massive belch.
Do you still have that burp video on your Instagram?
Yeah, louder than that one.
Yeah.
And we look over. Well, actually, Caitlin doesn't look.
No, I immediately look away. You know why, though?
Yeah.
I looked at you with shock, but more that I didn't want to embarrass this massive burper.
Yeah.
I didn't want to make him feel bad.
Yeah.
So I looked away from him
to
you.
You didn't want to shame the guy who had just made every grandmother, aunt, mother in the world weep.
Yeah.
At his lack of manners on the street.
Reaction. I don't want to make him feel bad. So I looked at you.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh my God." And then this guy goes, "Oopsies."
Yeah. but more creepier, like a whoopsie. like that. If this might be a little old for you, but anyone who played Mortal Kombat 2 both the video arcade edition and the Nintendo or PlayStation, there was a move you did where there was one of the characters would go whoopsie.
I don't.
It was
remember
very
this.
similar to that. I believe it was Scorpion when he would throw the thing, whoopsie, and the fucking. Oh yeah. Also, he was about 3 blocks away from us.
Yeah.
That's the key component here. He wasn't right next to us, right behind us, right in front of us.
He was not.
He was a good.
Like
maybe
those
a block and a half.
though, not
then, yeah.
avenues, like
he
blocks.
was far enough away to where I could not tell you the color of his eyes. How about that?
That's true.
Yeah.
And then when
Or
I
that if he
eventually
had
looked
eyes,
back, when I looked back, like to see if he was following us,
Yeah.
he was gone.
Like he might have only like that might be like a fairy that only appears to amuse people and then disappear.
He really did. He made my day. He made that trip, which was a great trip back home for the holidays. That was my favorite part.
That was a Christmas gift from the nasty Santa. Just like
Again, dirty
sends
Santa.
out a little belching elf
Yeah.
to just make people giggle and then disappears.
Yeah.
That's spreading joy.
Spreading joy. And we hope this episode spreads some joy. It was a very long intro, but enjoy.
Enjoy it. And
Cy
joy.
Amundson.
Ho 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 ho. What's my opening sound this week? That's the
You
big.
sound like a dying cow.
No, is that what it sounds like? I was trying to make it sound like the horn that Vikings blow.
Oh, that's
when
better.
when
It's
they're
close,
victorious.
but you had the downturn too. They're just You had
Thank you.
you had the one from all the Super Bowl losses.
The Fran Tarkington era.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, that lovely voice, crystal clear, sharp as a horn itself. The one and only Cy Amundson.
You've never been good at that.
Amundson.
Amundson.
Amundson. You
Amundson.
just said
Amundson.
it. You just said it.
I fucking have a trouble with words that are from Norway.
You know how many times I've known? What have I known you for? 9 years.
8-9 years, probably.
I think even at Montreal, and we'd known each other for 4 years, and he introduced me to people. He's like, and he does the same thing every time. He goes, "What Admin, every single time,
Oddmanson.
every single time."
Oddmanson.
Yeah, but you're not good at names.
I'm not. No, I'm trying to get better. Oddmanson. I'm pretty good at.
He's actively trying to improve.
Because I said your name, Oddmanson. It's. I have it.
Amundsen.
Amundsen.
There's no D.
He's putting the
right?
D
Or there
early.
is.
He's putting
Yeah.
the D early.
Yeah.
Amundsen.
That was worse.
Amundsen.
It somehow is getting worse. Caitlin's nailed it every time.
Flargungar.
And he's just stroking out over there.
This is Cry Schnaggerfreak. Our guest. It's Amundsen.
Amundsen.
There you got it.
Like
You're
almond.
Well, but with no L.
No.
No L, but I don't pronounce
oh my
the L.
God,
in
Amundsen.
Amundsen.
Holy shit, that was
just made it
coherent.
so easy.
Yeah.
Amundsen, just almond with no L. I know, because I know I had fucked it up before, and I have it saved like 9 different ways on my phone. So
keep getting new phone numbers.
Amundsen.
When we find out Sean is dyslexic.
I finally. Yeah, I need to figure out a lot of my problems. We are in Minneapolis doing the Minneapolis run. The one and only Cy Amundson. See how
There
easy
you
that
go.
is?
You guys just start there.
Born in Minneapolis, in Minnesota.
Born in the rurals.
Yeah.
Born in the rurals. Reared himself up in Calabasas, California for a few years.
Home of non-rurals.
Yes. Ooh.
Caitlin from California loves Calabasas.
No.
No, it doesn't. She's from.
Hate it?
I don't hate it. I had a friend in college who I would go visit there, and it was a drive. It was a drive from LA proper.
And that's my favorite part about it.
Yeah, it is.
Everybody hated that I lived out there, but
Yeah.
there's like trees and shit out there. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
don't drink, so I can drive 40 minutes in to do a set and drive 40 minutes home and then be at a place I liked. If you put me in the center of LA, I saw you at at auditions at times, and I'm sure the look on my face was like, hey, is Cy gonna just walk into traffic? Because when you get like, that's why I could never do New York. I need space.
Yeah. No,
Space guy.
I actually, we were having this conversation with Chad Daniels on episode 33, probably.
Oh,
Yeah,
Daddy Chad.
Yeah. But we were having the same conversation. How like sometimes it's just like the sheer volume of fellow human DNA that you were surrounded by at all times in New York. I can see how it's like, I can't be around.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Well, and if you grew up in a place where there's a lot of green and all of a sudden you're in a place where it's all gray concrete, it's and then you add the people on top of it. Oof.
Yeah. I I don't know. I spend a lot of time in a lot of different cities, and you start to like I kind of know Minneapolis a little bit now, and it is a very colorful city.
Yeah.
As far as just like and I think it's because, and it's what I love about, and Chicago is the same way, and and I'm talking about just like visually, because it's such a shit place weather-wise most of the year.
Yeah.
That it's what I love about cold weather cities. It's like the people. And not only the people, it seems like the architecture itself, it's all forced to develop a personality.
Yeah, you have to dress bright and color your buildings a certain way, or people will slit their wrists in the street.
Yeah.
Because from like October 18th through May, it's just gray.
Yeah,
It's just gray and shitty.
But also the people are like, it's like
I
everyone's...
thought you were going to be like, also the people
all the
are
people
gray.
are gray.
And shit.
Just a bunch of angry octogenarians.
It's like we're all living in a giant support system. We know if we don't carry each other through, it's going to get ugly.
Right, and like the people in the Midwest tend to have like, it's like you know when you do get to like talk to another human being, you don't have long to impress them.
It's a moment, you gotta you have a second, and they have to like you, or they don't have time for this shit.
Yeah, they don't have time. We've only got 3 months of summer. I ain't got minutes to waste liking you. You better win me over immediately.
I haven't made a friend in the summertime in 25 years. My summers are booked.
Yeah, that's what I love. That's what I do like about this area.
I'd like to come here in the summer. I feel like we come back every year and it's very
You're
cold.
always in the winter, but that's when you get the good stand-up shows.
That's true.
You come in the winter, nobody's going inside. People lose their shit. There's this thing here where I would say 90% of businesses in this town do this thing called Summer Fridays, where they know you're going to hate yourself so much and work so hard in the wintertime that nobody works on Fridays. You're done at noon, or you don't come in at all.
New York has that.
Yeah. Do they?
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still not good enough for me.
Yeah. It's like, do they? I was not aware.
Yeah. Well, you don't work in an office.
That's true.
Or, have friends that work in offices.
It's funny when like it's a thing that does bother me when comedians will say shit, because when other people say it, it doesn't bother. When the civilians say this sort of thing, it doesn't bother me because I know they don't understand. But like when a comedian's like, I only work an hour a night, I'm like, do you? What about all those hours stressing and rewriting and walking around alone with a gaze on your face, wondering am I funny? Have I just been lying to myself for a decade now? And am I that good? Maybe that's my talent, lying to myself. Maybe that's what I'm great at. Maybe I'm the Bill Burr of lying to myself. Wow, that's amazing. And then 3 hours later, when you're like, no, everything's okay because I made a guy in line at McDonald's laugh. I made him laugh with some off the cuff comment about fry containers, right? Fry containers, huh? What, they should have a third size, they should have extra large, and freighter, call it a freighter. And now
terrible.
I'm great again.
That was just off the cuff, though, so I don't think that was terrible. You guys were trying to...
Actually, I'm going to say...
Yes, and not shut him down.
I was worried about where I was going with that. I think
you could see it in your eyes. You could see it in your eyes, and I feel like when you found freighter, you were like, okay, there's hope. There's hope. And then you had to commit to it.
Yeah, and then I shut it down.
But freighter's pretty good. But as we've learned, and fans of the podcast know, if I say something that Caitlin doesn't like, it's probably hilarious.
That's true. If I say that's stupid, Sean knows to say it on stage later, and it'll make people laugh.
Something to just really hold on to.
Caitlin is
proof that I have a terrible sense of humor.
No, it's not true. Or you have too good of a sense of humor, and you don't want to... Or you're doing...
It depends what sort of audience Sean has.
Yeah.
Does he got a bunch of drooling slack jaws with fucking straw hats in the audience? Because if that's the case, you're just working on a higher level.
Yeah. Boy, I would love if drooling slack jaws is like, this is my fan base, the drooling slack jaws.
Great band name.
Great band name. Yeah, Caitlin's like my one person urban audience. If she says that's stupid, I know it's amazing. Which is the highest compliment you can get from a table of black people.
Oh yeah.
If you hear he's stupid, you're like, oh yeah, I'm a genius. They just anointed me.
And I don't need to bring race relations into this, but let's talk race for a second.
Sure.
Is there any better reward in stand-up comedy than black people liking your act?
No, dude, arguably no.
Because the whites are on a whole, and I'm not saying this in the way that people do on Twitter, but the whites as a whole are the worst people to make laugh, and there's no real reward in it generally.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're when you make a table of black people laugh. I'll also tell you, since we're talking about black people, I would rather watch guys, black dudes talk shit at a pickup game than I would watch my favorite comedian for an hour in a room.
Yeah, just a good like.
There's just more humor in that world and in that culture than there ever will be in the best stand-up club in America.
Especially two people who like have been doing it for a while. Have been playing each other on Saturday for 15 years.
Oh yeah,
and just have ammo and history and like things to reference. And remind each other of, like, you remember when they used to call you Lefty? Y'all know why they called him Lefty? Because he couldn't shoot with his right hand. I don't know.
When I was out in Calabasas,
I'm not as good at it.
No. You very clearly couldn't play point.
Yeah.
When I played in Calabasas, I played in this game that was like 27 black dudes and like me and two other white guys, and the two things.
Cy, Bob, and what's the other?
It was a Jeff.
Name?
He was for sure a Jeff.
Yeah.
So that was back. Kevin Love is a famous basketball player, and he was playing for the Timberwolves at that time. So the moment that they found out I was from Minnesota,
oh, you were Kevin Love.
You would think that,
no?
but they wanted to talk a little bit of shit, so they called me Kevin Flub, which always landed. And then one of the black dudes always called me worse Kevin Love. Like he'd take the time to shout the whole thing out. But there's this dude Tyler who I played with. And his favorite thing is because I could play a little bit. I'm not that good, but I could play.
Right.
And he loved when black dudes would show up and be like, I'm going to guard him, thinking they're going to have an easy time.
Yeah.
And then I'd go to work on him, and I would never say anything. And Tyler would be there just destroying him the whole time.
Yeah.
And his eyes, when somebody would show up and be like, I got big dude, his eyes would get the size of cantaloupes. He's like, oh, today's my day.
Yeah.
I'm going to have all the fun.
Wait, like destroy them as in what? Like
So-
verbally?
Oh yeah, he would just.
okay.
So there's a dude who came out. And walks out and he goes, "I got the slow guy," and he pointed right at me. He'd never seen me play before.
He could just smell you.
He could just smell my heavy feet.
Yeah.
And this was at the time that. Do you remember Taylor Swift's hit song "Shake It Off"?
Oh, of course.
So this was
course.
this is at the height of Shake It Off, and I come down the court, and this dude is like talking trash to me after he scores one bucket. These games are to 11, right, by ones and twos. So I come down, I get the ball, and I hit a three with him in my face, and Tyler goes, "Oh shit, Cy, you like Taylor Swift on his ass." And we stop for a second. He goes, "He trying to guard you? Shake it off." And then every time I scored on this guy, Tyler would run like inches from his face and just scream, "Shake it off," right in his. Oh, it was amazing. It was so, and I just sat there and I was like, I'm not part of this.
Yeah. I do all. I'm the
I'll
chef.
do the scoring.
Yeah, I'm the chef. He's the front of house.
What
Yeah.
a great memory to then associate every time you have to hear that song.
Oh, it's great. It makes me smile a
Yeah.
lot. And I already liked the song.
Every time I have to hear it, which is every time I play it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the thing about that
regularly.
song is when I play it, like
Right
twice.
before-
It's on my
right
shower
before bed every night.
playlist before bed. Yeah.
Like I press play and it's like, fuck, now I gotta listen to this.
Yeah.
Such a great song until she raps.
Yeah.
You know?
I
Forgot
like that
about
part.
that.
Such a great, like that's one of those moments where you're just like, there was no one in the studio that was like, Taylor, you've hit a home run here. You've hit a home run here. No need to not run the bases. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No need to.
Yeah, it's like she hit a home run and then
Yeah.
somebody's like, "Okay, what next?" And she just ate the bat.
Yeah.
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 Taylor, you hit a home run. No need to run them back. Now you run the bases backwards. Now you're taking points away. Don't
She
do
just
it.
like trips and eats it on third base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit was fucking anyway. But like that's making. I feel like also like black people will laugh with a true and there's like an energy.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, the
absolutely.
best is when they get out of their seat and move their bodies because like it's just so funny that they can't sit still anymore.
I love it.
That's my
there's
favorite.
an enjoyment to life that black people have that white people will be real stiff about.
Yes. That's why they're the better people.
Yeah, exactly. There's just like a stiffness of life. It's also like I was talking about this earlier, but like I think there are people who legitimately like there's like a dopamine release at getting offended / angry.
Oh yeah, there's a reward system in their brain.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, this feels good. I hate it. Oh, I hate this. It feels amazing.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, because I mean, I've had that similar thing where you're like, oh man, I can't wait to shit on that. But it's usually because I want to shit on something.
Yeah.
Because I find it stupid or dumb. But like when people find things like like we were talking earlier, like when they start nitpicking into like, why would you say that? Why would you say like when you remember there was a time where saying just black people, for example.
Yeah.
We've said it now a few times.
Yeah.
There were some people who'd be like, why do you have to say black?
Yeah. Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, it's because what? What, take that away? Is that what you suggest? We just whitewash everything?
Yeah.
And nothing gets to be nothing gets to be a color, nothing gets to be a gender, nothing gets to be a race.
You have to pretend
nothing
everything
anything.
is the exact same.
Yeah, we just
to put aside your uncomfortability.
Right. Like, what have you said about black people?
Yeah.
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah. Well, why are you so nervous
Yeah.
about this? Well, I think, and I know nothing about science or psychology or anything, but I think when you go into patterns, when your brain falls into patterns, like you're right, some people get some release from shit talking, from being negative, from being PC police, and I think it's whatever your role of yourself is in your own head, that rewards you and makes you feel important. So if you're like some shitty twat named like Dave, who at his job is always like, "We guys, this is work. We don't talk about drinking." When that guy comes to the comedy show and he's like, "Oh, I didn't like that joke from Sean."
Yeah,
like he probably is getting something in his brain because he views himself as the guy who's like
an authority,
reinforcing his identity.
This is important for me to do this. I'm an important man.
Yeah.
I'm a big man.
I thought you were gonna say the guy, because he's like, we do not talk about drinking, and then every night at happy hour he's like, why, so you don't love me? Oh, so I can't be loved because I'm in charge. I get it, fine. No, I just drive myself home. And you're like, wait, yeah, we don't talk about drinking because Dave sucks at drinking. Dave's an alcoholic.
He's the worst at drinking.
Yep.
That is actually fucking hilarious. When there was one time that, have you ever, of course, you said you don't drink, right?
I don't drink, yeah.
How long have you not drank?
18 years old.
Holy shit. I thought you were about to say 18 years. And I was like, that's a long time.
It's about 18 years. 18 years old, 17 years. And I'm 35.
Okay.
So almost the same answer.
Was it an event? Or
Yes.
Really?
Back-to-back events. I had it turns out I don't tolerate marijuana. And I had a really negative, both physical and mental health experience with it. Like the nightmare of all nightmares. Yeah. And then 2.5 months after that, my sister died in a car accident.
Oh shit.
And on top of that, we have alcoholism that runs through my family. Right. And so to me, it was like, when something horrible like that happens to you on a substance, I think there's different ways people respond to it. But for me, I was like, on top of how horrible it was to live through, it was also, I felt like you have no control. Right. And you feel like, because it went on, like I dealt with issues from it. I'm still dealing with issues from it, but you dealt with like severe issues from it for months afterwards. Right. And you feel like, oh, I let go of control. And so you kind of want to suck everything in. And that led to the choice originally. And then I just became a person who, I have nothing against drinking or anybody, but like, right. I enjoy, like, I'm okay socially. Sure. I handle myself well, and I wanted to find my life enjoyment without, like I always said, there's two types of people who drink. Right. There's people who go to the lake, they play volleyball, they go fishing, they sit by the campfire, and they have a beer or two. And then there's people who go to the lake and they take their pontoon or their fishing boat out and they get fucking smashed all day every weekend. So like, is there drinking there, or are you going to drink? Right. And so that's you know what I'm saying? Like I think there are people who get fucking smashed and are still doing it because it's just kind of, you're going out with buddies. Right. You're at the football game, you're shit like that. But then it's other people like, we drink and then we're also at this place.
Right.
That's that's the only thing that I ever am not a huge fan, just because it's uninteresting for me at this point. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there is something to be said too when you're like, because I do drink, but I've also had that experience where like when someone is shit faced and they've been made aware that they are shit faced, and they know that they're shit faced, but they're doing everything they can to act like they can. They're
trying to hold it together,
shake it off. Like it's a coat. Like it's a coat they could take off.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can't, there's nothing you can do about this but ride it out till the morning.
That's the Christmas party drunk.
And I would recommend maybe don't drink much more or any more. And like, no, I'm fucking fine. I'm just, listen, no. Anyway, so I was saying.
Stop talking shit about me.
No,
Also, what is it about, and this is what I've noticed, as somebody who hasn't drank since I was 18,
Yeah.
I've noticed how, like, when people drink a lot when they're younger, where it's got a kind of adorable, cute factor to it, and as you get kind of, or like at least an interesting, funny factor, as you get older, I find like I know people who are in their 40s and 50s who still drink a lot, and you get in conversations with them, and it used to be like, if you talk to somebody who's drunk who's 28, you're like, oh, you're so dumb.
Yeah.
This is so dumb.
Yeah.
And you talk to somebody who's like 48 and shit-faced, you're like, you have some thoughts that you need to get out.
Yeah.
Like they come out and like you just walked into the house and they're like, let me tell you about Hillary, and you're like, dude, I don't. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I just am here for the football game.
You had to grease up your neural pathways.
Yeah, to have the
fire-
courage
yeah.
to give your life philosophy out.
Yes.
Let me tell you what's wrong with the dogs in this fucking neighborhood.
Yeah. Listen, you know what cyclists don't realize?
So dumb. Yeah.
But yeah, that's that. I mean, not drinking in the Midwest.
Yeah, it's
Also,
very
where,
different.
Where drinking is very,
I wasn't a very cool college kid.
or you were
Adult.
or you were the coolest college kid.
Maybe, but I remember it.
Yeah. Okay, so fair enough.
Yep.
Maybe you weren't. Wait. So. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did you have a point?
No, I was just going to say that I take a lot of months sober. Like I do a sober January, and like whenever I need to knuckle down on a project, I'm like, all right, I won't drink for a while.
Focus up.
Yeah, and I can hang socially for the most part. It's
Yeah.
fine. I like when there's a game involved. I like when there's like pool or darts or something to do. But when people start repeating stories, that's when I'm like, cool, time to go to bed.
Got to get the
Yeah.
fuck
Well,
out of here.
like the thing, like there was a guy in Columbus, Ohio. This was a while ago. This was a few years, maybe 6 years ago. I was doing a one-night show in Columbus, Ohio, and this dude reached out and was like, hey, I'm a journalist. I would like to come and cover your show and then interview you, just do a quick interview with you after the show if you're up for it. I'm just doing a piece on stand-up comedians.
Cool.
I was like, oh yeah, great, man, cool. And we got to the show, and I noticed he already had like whiskey swagger when I met him. He's like, oh hey man, I'm the guy. And I was like, oh hey, nice to meet you. And he like laughed a lot during the show. He had like a very distinct laugh. It was a good show. And then I get off stage, and he's now got whiskey eyes. You know what I mean? Where they're just like
got
they're
the
like-
glaze.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like glazed and sort of like bloodshot slightly, and not able to focus immediately. And I'm like, all right. And he's asking me questions, and he's doing that thing that very drunk that I would point out earlier when they're drunk but trying to also like
Keep it together.
yeah. He's like, so you've been doing comedy for. And you were, yeah. And so is it like that? My question is it like, so it's about, I mean, being funny, it's hard. And you're like, oh no, he can't really do this interview. And then, but we get through it. And it was only like 15 minutes. And then he like buys me and all the comedians around. And then he goes to close out his tab.
Yeah.
And can't find his wallet. Right? And then he's like, wait, no, I know where it is. It's in my car. So he like go, and we're like, wait, but that's what it was. They had his card, but he didn't have his wallet. That's what the thing. He's like, you have my card. Wait, hold on. Shit, where's my wallet? Hold on. And then he leaves.
Okay.
And they're like, all right, I guess we have his card. And then there's a commotion. We all hear it, right? And then we go out. Like basically, someone's like, hey, your buddy, you need to go. You need to go see what's happening out front. And basically, me and one of the comics, Rojo Perez, we open the door, and the guy is on the ground, pinned down by the bouncer. And he's just going, fucking let me go, you motherfucker, let me fucking go, you fucking piece of fuck. And he's like just shouting a
Full Joe Pesci.
Yeah. And we're like, Jesus Christ. And the bouncer's just like got his knee on his back and is like, do you know this guy? Do you know him? Shut the fuck up. Do you know him? And I'm like, he's a journalist. He contacted me. I don't know him. I didn't know this side.
Yeah.
Basically, and it got to the point where the bouncer basically tells us he's like he was trying to drive, and I told him not to drive. He was like he got into a car, and he started it, and I was like, hey man, you shouldn't. I made a recommendation.
Yeah.
That he's like, if you drive away, I'm gonna have to call the cops.
Yeah.
And he said the guy got out of his car and attacked him.
What
so he
the
pinned him down.
fuck?
And then the guy was, then all of a sudden the dude is like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. And he's all sobbing and he's like, all right, man, if I let you up, you're going to be fucking cool. You're going to go inside, you're going to pay your tab, you're going to be fucking cool, right? And the guy lets him up, and as soon as he stands up, takes a swing at the bouncer.
No.
And then the bouncer just puts him down. Just basically like in a fucking rear naked chokehold, has him just like, the other guy's calling the cops. He's like, I'm holding you until the cops get here.
Oh, no.
Basically, cops get there, put him in the fucking cruiser, and then the bartender's like, hey, here's the problem. His card's been denied twice.
Oof.
Right?
Yuck.
And if he can't pay his tab, like we have to press charges for like there's like not robbery, but I can't think of what the word is. But basically,
there's something associated with ditching a tab.
Right.
Crime. Yeah.
And the cop knew the guy, and the cop was like, "Fuck, like I know this dude. He's got like a wife and kids. I know him. It's like that's gonna be a bummer. I guess I'll." And basically, me and the other comics were like, "Wait, hold on. We'll pay his tab so he at least doesn't get
his life ruined.
Otherwise he's just gonna get thrown in the drunk tank." And it was like $100-something tab, and he had by himself drank 16 Jamesons on the rocks.
What the?
16.
Holy shit!
That's too
And he was
many.
still capable of taking a swing at a bouncer.
Yeah, dude. And it was one of those fucking things where like the next day I like emailed everyone involved with the show. I was like, really sorry, I didn't know this guy.
Yeah.
I was like that, and they were all like, yeah, we heard about it, because a bunch of people had left by the time this happened.
Yeah.
They're like, we heard about it, and that guy's been covering shows for a long time, and we've never seen him drink before.
Oh, wow.
This was a
Right?
It fell
It's
off.
a full-on relapse. And
no.
then he emailed me like a year later, that dude, and was just like, I want to apologize. I want to explain myself. It was very like, I hadn't drank in a few years. I had a weird week at work. I had started drinking 1 or 2 a night, and by the time that night rolled around, you saw.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry. Also, here I don't think I ever told you, but here's the piece. But he still like wrote the piece.
He still turned out a piece.
He still turned out a piece.
Crazy.
For like
Amazing.
some arts fucking in Columbus, Ohio, and it was actually pretty good. I was like, oh, this guy liked the show and said nice things about comedy.
I always think that's so funny. Like people, I always try to remember, like, because you tell that whole story, and the whole time you're like, I guess such a fucking asshole, and then you tell the end, and you're like, God damn it. Life is so fucking hard.
Exactly, man.
And people, I always try to remind people and I do it to comedians too. And this is probably, as a comedian, this is the least likable thing about me. But when young comics will be like, this fucking audience member was such a bitch. All I did was mention, like abortion or miscarriages or anything like this. I'm like, there are some people that I think I'm so jealous of that are just walking around blissfully ignorant of the
nothing
negatives
bad's
of the
ever
world.
happened to them.
And there's all these people who are like unplugged from the matrix.
Yeah.
Where it's like that, like my sister died in that car accident. So like, and I'm okay with whatever any comedian makes sense, but you just gotta remember, like that's a real thing in my world, and I walk around with that. And life is just. I'm turning your fun podcast into some weird sad TED talk about the state of reality. But there's like, I don't think you should be, as comedians. I get frustrated. Like if we tell a really good joke and somebody's a fucking twat about hate that person. But if you tell a good joke that's really divisive and somebody's upset about it to the point where not where they ruin a show, but they just like clearly didn't like it. To me, I've always thought like, okay, well that if they went through, if their fucking house burned down or their husband is dead or their their kid died, I always get that. I think people just, that guy who fucking relapsed was walking around with a story behind him that was.
Well, also, I think there's a.
How is that for some bleeding heart bullshit?
No,
but
you just don't know what battles people are going through. You know.
But also, I feel like there is a responsibility on us to make a fucking funny joke. Like that's my hard stance on this. I'm like,
yes,
say whatever you want on stage. I don't care. Topically, words, I don't care. However, if you're going to go that route, make it fucking funny.
It better be good.
There is zero bravery in getting on stage and just saying something just to, elicit a response.
I feel like do people not. God, I sound like a 70-year-old man, but is that not message not still delivered as much? I remember all I thought about when I was younger was like, you can talk about it's the scale. Whatever you do that is unlikable or off-putting, it has to be funnier than that thing. If you have a joke about 100%. Race relations, just make it funnier than it is race relation.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I don't know. That's how I feel. I feel the exact same way. It better be fucking good, man, because there's nothing better. Then I mean, that's the beauty of Bill Burr. That's the beauty of Dave Chappelle. That's the beauty of those guys.
Say whatever. Say whatever, but make it good. Because I hate just as much as I hate whiny, like complainy, fucking like easily offended audience members.
Yeah.
I also hate the dipshit comedian who's like, all he did was get up there and say the N-word or something that he knows that they know
knows is
offensive and is then turning on the audience for not immediately getting on board with his fucking truth or whatever bullshit way it wants to be spun. And it's like, no. But if you got up there with, get up there with it. Like Adrian Appalucci is a great example of someone who can take pure darkness and somehow still find a light in there. Twist it to where it's hilarious.
Yeah.
And like you see, and I love watching her because you see her offend people who then by the end of her set have come around. And like that, there is an artistry to that.
Yeah.
Versus the version of her out there, some idiot who's just like, let me tell you what, rape is, you know what? I wish someone would rape me in a park.
Yeah.
And it's like, where's the bit? Where's the joke there?
No one ever points out, because that's so edgy, no one ever points out how cowardice that is. Because like when you go up on stage to do something like that, there's two possible results. People might laugh or they might hate it. But there's never a result where it's not good. So they're taking the whole thing about being on stage for me is like you're up there battling against being bad. So you have to expose yourself to being bad. If you're doing what you're saying, like doing that rape joke, is like there's no outcome where somebody goes, "You're not funny." I mean, it's more about like you're offensive. So it builds this protection around you.
Like Adrian's got jokes about like school shootings that are still like, "Oh, she's doing that joke." Oh, it's so fucking good.
You remember Brooks Robinson?
Oh, I remember Brooks.
Brooks King. Oh God, you were there. You were
Brooks.
there that night that he took his penis out on stage.
What?
This was a different era.
I don't know this person.
Brooks Robinson. Also, I was there the night he hosted. First time I ever did Acme. He hosted, and it was during
my favorite comic of all time.
And it was during the funniest person in contest, which we talked about this with Chad, where 5 people would go up.
Yeah.
And Brooks, after every single one of them, would just be like, "Well, that person didn't advance," like, or he would just say something so just like immediately, like, "Well, it's open and close with the same joke, huh?" You know, just like something just cutting down some newbie, and it was hilarious. It was like
so good.
He also did it when someone killed.
And he's wonderful dude. Was a really funny comic, but he was also so dark. Like in the way where he had a joke, and I'm not going to do it service, but he would go, "Growing up, my treehouse was in a weeping willow," and everybody would go, "Oh," and he goes, or excuse me, I already fucked it up. He goes, "Growing up, my treehouse was really sad because it was in a weeping willow," and everybody go, "Oh," and he go, "And it's where my dad shot himself." And just to watch the crowd be like, oh, and there's just one of countless. But he's same way. He's a great example of that.
Him and his bike.
Yes.
I just remember him riding to and fro the club.
We used to put that fucking bike in the back of my car to go get pizza at the Green Mill, and it would just like I'd have like a rope, so we'd like it'd be half hanging out the trunk tied on like a rope. It was.
Where's he now?
He's here. He's just living a normal, fulfilled human life.
Oh, a normal life.
He made a smart choice.
Why did he take his penis out on stage?
We were doing this thing, and we'll do this quick. We were doing this thing called the Punchline Punch-Out, where it was 2 teams of 5, and each night you got a new topic. So if Sean and I were on a different team, we'd get the word elephant. So we had to write 5 new minutes about the topic of elephant, and then we'd each do it, and the audience would decide. So Chad Daniels was in it as well.
I love that. That's a great...
Andy Erickson, and so... He came up on stage and his word was fired. And this is also the wonderful owner of Acme does not like to be, I don't think he likes credit. He's a very humble, wonderful man. So we don't get to tell people how great he is very often.
Right.
But here's an example. So Brooks's Word is fired, and he's facing Chad Daniels that night. And so he goes up and he goes, there's only a few people who've ever been fired from Acme. And one of them, and I can't remember who it was, they'd taken some sort of drug on stage. And so Brooks gets on stage and he pounds some mushrooms, right? And then he goes, the other person was Doug Stanhope. And I don't even know if this is true, but we'd heard Doug Stanhope had gotten in trouble because he got naked on stage because of the liquor license issue, right?
Right.
Don't know if it's true. That's what we'd heard. So Brooks is playing off of that concept. And he goes, so he takes his phone out and he's got like a music machine on, like some like beat machine, puts it up, it starts doing, and he starts stripping. This is a sold out room, right?
Wow.
And his shirt comes off, his pants comes off. People are laughing and sort of into it because they don't know how far it's going to go. And now he's down to just his boxers. And he's like dancing and part shimmying. And like, it's like, he's pulling them lower to the point where like, those are pubes. Those are pubes right there.
Yeah.
And then everybody's like, he's like teasing it. And now there's people standing up in the aisles like, don't do it. And he fucking yanks his dong out. I have never in my life been, and Chad, I think, still has the tape because they were running footage in the back of the room.
Oh my God.
I've never seen a crowd react like this. Like, fuck it. You want to talk about getting up out of your seats? People were walking around, screaming, laughing. It was fucking bonkers.
Yeah.
Then he pulls him back up, walks up to the mic like he's going to say goodnight, leans in like he's going to talk, and then just flashes the audience one more time, walks off stage. Chad's up next. Chad comes out with his bundle of clothes and just pitches it into the audience.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
But Lewis, the next day, I was like, because Chad and I had come up with the show, we didn't come up with it, Andy Erickson had, but we'd asked him to do it.
Yeah.
So I had to talk to him like, hey, this happened last night. And Lewis just goes, was the intention to be funny? And I was like, yep. He goes, it was part of the show. That was his goal, was to be funny within his act. And I go, yep. He goes, well, then just don't do it again. And that was the whole fucking conversation.
Yeah.
Also, 290 people. The club didn't get a single complaint.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's also like that. It's also, when you think about it, it's a very weird ocean of difference between when someone just strips naked versus when they just pull just their dick out. You know what I mean? Like just pulling just their dick out. It's like but someone's stripping completely naked. You're like, be free.
Yeah, and it's almost
free.
like it's almost they're the vulnerable one
Yeah.
now. Where when it's just a dick, you're like, why did you do that to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, women don't have a part of their body that they could whip out and creep a room out. I don't think.
Unless they're weightlifters with one of those hefty clicks.
Yeah. I think it'd be funny to pop just a boob, though. Just one boob
one
real
boob.
fast.
Just one.
But even like women do that. They whip out their boobs to breastfeed, and
Yeah.
it's like that's whatever. But like, there's no part of the female anatomy you could just pull out and like aim
No,
at
you
someone,
can't.
and you'd be like, But then again, I think of a woman. Well, no, I don't think it would be weird. I think it would be. I'm encouraging women to whip their vaginas out
No.
in an attempt to creep dudes out. It won't work.
It won't
I
work.
don't think that's gonna work. There's a lot of.
No. You could whip out a fake dick. Do that.
There you go.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. That's fun.
Prosthetic dick.
Speaking of prosthetic dicks.
Yeah, good transition. All right, Cy, can you tell us your 5 words?
5 words.
Your
I like. This is your show, and I was like, what if I detoured us for a day?
That's what we want.
No, that's exactly right.
My 5 words are host,
Right.
tribute,
Right?
gay,
Yeah.
Merle,
Okay.
and haggard.
So, and I appreciate you trusting us to tell the world this story.
Yeah, no problem.
But I feel like this is the story, about. We all know Cy Amundson, huge country music fan.
You mispronounced it again. You
Cy-
mispronounced it
All right,
again.
we all know Cy. Wait, hold on. We all know Cy Amundson.
No.
That's actually, here's the thing.
Amundson.
There's two. There were 2 brothers, my dad and his uncle. One of them says Amundsen, one of them says Amundsen. So
Okay.
he's close
Yeah.
enough. Let's
So,
give him a
there you
star.
go.
and
Thank
then-
you.
All right,
Thank you.
all right.
Thank you, guest.
You're welcome.
Sorry, co-host, for continually disappointing you. So Cy Amundson, right?
Yes.
Huge country music fan, loves himself some Dolly Parton, and is afraid for the day when she passes on because she's getting old. So you decide to host a seance. Because a guy like you're sober a lot. You got a lot of time in your hand, a lot of extra brain cells to use. To hold a seance specifically to ask a couple of already dead country stars
How to keep Dolly
what
around.
advice you could give Dolly.
Yeah.
maybe to keep her alive for a little bit longer. You don't want her to go, right?
So you are calling to the spirits,
Right.
and who crops up but the glorious Merle Haggard?
Merle Haggard, being the old swashbuckler country star he is, and you're like, well, Merle, you'd know a lot about this sort of thing. What can I do? And he goes, tell you what, we'll make a deal. You let me have your body. You let me possess you. You host me, my spirit.
Yeah.
Like the movie Ghost for one day, and I'll tell you everything you need to know about the afterlife. You, of course, being the wonderfully caring fool you are, allow this to happen. What does Merle Haggard do with Cy's body, Caitlin?
Well, Merle Haggard comes from a time in country music, which arguably is still happening, where you're not allowed to be openly gay.
Right.
And so Merle Haggard, as you, is like, I'm going to fuck some butts.
Yeah, so you, possessed by the spirit of Merle Haggard, no one can really, and you can't tell someone that. They're not going to believe it. Bang, just go on a 24-hour just dick spree. Just banging away, slobbing dicks, going to glory holes, taking up the butt, just cum pigging it, just getting up in there. And then he leaves your body, and he's like, "Thanks, homo." And you're like, "Wait, I'm the homo," and he just shoots back down to hell or heaven, wherever he went, wherever he went. He never told you, right? But you, being the open-minded guy that you are, realize, man, it must be hard for a lot of men out there who can't just come out the closet and get them some dick.
Yeah.
So instead of feeling enraged that you had basically been used as a cock pinata for the past 24 hours.
Great band name.
Yeah. You go the other way with it. You're like, you know what? That opened my mind. Not only did it open up my anus, it opened up my mind.
So every year on that day, you have a sort of tribute to that day.
Right.
And
you're going to host a show where at the end of the show, you are willing to have sex with one closeted gay man from the audience.
Yep.
So that he will maybe feel more comfortable being openly gay in life. And you yourself are not gay, but you understand you're doing a service for those who are gay.
I mean,
did we nail
Those
it?
who are gay and not on the closet.
I mean, first of all, it's very close. Second of all, in all seriousness, there is one part of that story that you nailed on a level that is hard to even fathom, but it's the end of the story. So it's going to be the reveal.
Cool.
The one part that you said is correct.
Okay.
So real story.
Real story, yeah.
Go
Real
for
story. I grew up in a small town called Worthington, Minnesota.
Okay.
There's not much to do there. Shitty mall, that's about it. They did have a place in town called the Memorial Auditorium. It's this about 500-600 seat auditorium where, like, when you live in a small shitty town, like plays come through and music that would never go to a real city comes through, that sort of stuff. And we never really went to them, except then when my brother was like 18, I went to the first one ever because they put on these theater shows there. The Community did, called like Corn Off the Cob and Snow on the Porch and like horrible shit like that. So one year, my brother is, and this is just, I'm just giving you backstory on the auditorium that I think you'll like. Then I'll get to Merle. So he's performing. He's a very talented musician. Like he is really good.
Okay, yeah.
I have no musical ability. And their theme for the night was Hee Haw.
Yeah,
you remember Hee Haw?
I mean, I don't remember it, but I remember.
It's like Hillbilly Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. You know about it?
No.
They had this go-to bit on there where a person would lean out of the cornfield and they would say something that was supposed to be funny, like a built cornfield on stage. And they'd just be like, well, that son of a gun thought the horse was a dog. Skee-gee-gee. And everybody'd like, yay, art.
Yeah.
So they built a cornfield on the stage for the show, and throughout the night, people would lean out and say stuff. And then one point in the show, a guy leans out and he says something, and it falls flat, like not funny. And then a woman leans out next to him, and she's holding this giant sign that says, "That's not funny."
Right.
And that's the bit, right? And that was an old hee-haw bit. My older brother and I are sitting behind this old farmer, and his old farm wife did not want, like, she brought him. He didn't want to be there. And as like everybody lost their mind for the sign, but when the clapping went down and it was almost silent. This old ass farmer just goes, "Should have had that sign up the whole fucking night."
Wow.
Amazing.
That's great.
So, anyways, it's long story short, it's an auditorium where old people go to see bullshit.
Right, and hate it.
Yes. So my cousin is a Loretta Lynn tribute act.
Wow.
And she is not just a Loretta Lynn tribute act. She is the Loretta Lynn tribute act.
Okay.
She is so good at it. It's like her and like one other lady in Phoenix.
Yeah.
But that lady like dresses her dog up as Conway Twitty, so that's some cheating bullshit.
Right.
My cousin is so good at it that for a while she lived on Loretta's ranch in Nashville. Because people would come to see her ranch. It's like a tourist attraction.
Wow. Yeah.
Because it's like, we're going to see where Loretta lives. And they'd walk through the house, and then they'd walk out, and my cousin would be out there performing, my mom's cousin, performing as Loretta. And they'd be like, I was just in her house, now she's out there, she could do. Like, it's the time of their lives. So And so at one point, like, and again, she is monumentally talented.
Yeah.
So she sets up this show, and she is traveling the country with a group of tribute acts putting on a show. She is got a fake Conway Twitty.
Okay.
She's got a fake Garth Brooks. She's got a fake Merle Haggard. And she's got a fake Toby Keith. Right? And they're coming to my hometown.
One of those does not fit.
So they're coming. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
See, they're coming to my hometown to perform at the Memorial Auditorium for a bunch of old people. And she calls me, and I just started doing stand up. I'm like 21. She's like, "Hey, do you want to do some material and host the show?" And I've never been paid to do comedy before. So I was like, "How much?" And she goes, $60.
You're like, what?
And I really wanted NBA 2K. So I was like,
Yeah.
deal. So I sign up for it. I get there the night of, and I meet everybody. And they're all very interesting. Toby Keith has his mom with him, right? Merle Haggard is not even like he's acting like an abused dog who was just let into a regular home, like he's in the corner and doesn't trust anything.
Yeah.
And Garth Brooks is let me tell you this. I go up and she's like, "Here's what you're gonna do. You do a few minutes, then you're gonna introduce the acts, and then they each do about 20 minutes. I want you to stay right by the side of the stage, so the moment they're done, you can take them off and introduce the next person." Right? Wow. So I go up, I do my 15 minutes, and it is pure silence. No one liked it, and I don't blame them. I was very bad, and this is not my audience. So I finish that. I come off. I introduce the first person, and then the first person to come wait next to me is fake Garth Brooks. Now, what I learned about fake Garth Brooks backstage, he's gay.
Yeah.
And on the spectrum of sexuality,
Probably real Garth Brooks is too.
maybe, yeah,
But
maybe.
yeah.
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
right.
But this fake Garth Brooks, definitely. And when you're on that, like, we all know that gay people can have any level of masculinity, personalities, all those things. He was on the extremely bright and flamboyant side of that spectrum, to the point, and I loved it. He was walking around backstage with all these like gruff stage hands, going, and he was singing, "I've got 2 tickets for drinky drinks, and then I'm gonna find me some twinky twinks." He's a fucking hero, right?
That actually sounds like an alternate reality where Garth Brooks is openly gay.
Where he would have
That's
gone.
one of his biggest hits.
Yeah, Twinkie Twinks.
Twinkie Twinks.
Twinkie Twinkie and Drinky Drinks.
The old Garth Brooks classic.
So he goes up, and here's the thing: his Garth is unbelievable.
I imagine
this dude is like, you're like, is that, you could close your eyes, is that actually Garth?
Wow.
Unless you knew he was extremely flamboyant,
right?
Because then you'd pick it up every once in a while, just a hint where he'd be like, "Oh, I got friends in low places where," so it would just peek out. So I'm almost ready to give the money back. I'm like, this was worth it. I love everything about it.
I love that. So, I got friends in below. I mean, sorry.
Where the whiskey? Yeah, he was just having the time of his life, and he's so good. So while I'm waiting side stage, fake Toby Keith comes and stands next to me. And it's really a weird small space. And so it's weird to not converse with him. And we're standing there, and after a few minutes I'm like, all right, I should I got to say something. And I was like, he had brought his mom with. I thought that was interesting.
Right.
And I was like, I'll use that icebreaker. I was like, I mean, it's cool. You get to travel with your mom, man. That's got to be nice. And he goes, that is my wife.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
but here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm 21.
Jesus, that's
I thought that there was also a wife. I go, no. The older lady that you were by the food with. He goes, the only woman here is my wife. And I was like,
oh no.
all right, well, I'm just going to stand here. And so we stood in silence for a couple minutes. And then he breaks the silence this time. He goes, without me asking him, he just goes, you know, this ain't my only job. I was like, oh no? Pretending to be Toby Keith doesn't pay all of your bills?
Yeah.
And I go, and even then, not a seasoned comedian, I was like, what else do you do, man? I knew there was some ammo here.
Yeah.
And he goes, I am a bounty hunter. And nothing, the only thing that makes more sense that he could have said is like, I am a bounty hunter that exclusively hunts rogue bounty hunters. I'm a double bounty hunter.
I'm a double agent. Dude, this is the premise of a goddamn
this is
like
a party
HBO
down
comedy.
sitcom.
Hillbilly saga,
Dude,
Yeah.
this is a fucking like a Adult Swim, like Toby Keith impersonator bounty hunter.
Yeah. So, but the thing I thought of though was like, because I was gonna make fun of him, even though he was a far more intimidating man than me. But it hit me. I was like, wait a second, this guy's a fucking genius. Because if you're the type of person who's being hunted by a bounty hunter, you're also the type of person that would be running from one and turn around and be like, is that fucking Toby Keith right there? Holy shit, I love your bar. And then you're just in handcuffs. It's like a genius method.
I can't think of any other Toby Keith songs. So I'm just my version is Toby Keith impersonator being like, I want to cover one of my favorite artists, Garth Brooks, one of his hits right now. Yeah, I got friends in low places named Jeff Simonson. And if you know where he's at, I'm willing to pay for that information. Fucking, y'all love that one. I don't know any other Toby Keith songs.
He everything about him does ooze bounty hunter. So if he had
hilarious.
If he had a parody album, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Jesus.
So fake Garth finishes. I take him off stage. I introduce fake Toby Keith. Fake Toby Keith takes stage. And I'm waiting back on the thing, and up strolls.
How was his Toby?
Toby Keith was good.
Toby was good.
Toby was, and
I got it. We got to know.
And he really leaned on Patriot Toby, because there's two Tobys. There's like just regular country songs Tobys, and then there's like brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue, like that sort of bullshit. So he leaned on that side, and so he really revved up the elderly people at the Memorial Auditorium, and they loved it. So while he's performing, fake Merle Haggard strolls up, and he has a scent to him that you can only find in a bowling alley wall.
Right, yeah, like in the wall itself.
Yes,
you have to crack the wall.
You have to
open.
crack the wall. Go, what's that? It's fake Merle Haggard. He's standing next to me, and I'm like, you know what? I learned my lesson. I'm not going to talk. Although I'm curious. At this point now, you know how many documentaries I would watch about the other jobs of country music tribute acts? I would have liked that answer. Like, well, when I'm not being Merle Haggard, I smoke a brand of cigarettes, makes my skin smell horrible. Research how to treat Asian women on the internet, and I'm real Merle Haggard. Things aren't going great. I'm actually Merle.
Long ago, I was in a trucking accident where I can't tell the difference between whiskey and cologne. So oftentimes I drink my brute and cover myself in my Jim Beam.
That's just his days. So we don't say anything. It's about 20-minute set. We're 18 minutes in. And then he turns to me and he hits me on the arm and goes, hey, funny man.
Oh, God.
What say you and me do a little skit? And I was like, oh, no, thank you.
Oh, Jesus.
And he goes, oh, come on, you're the funny man, ain't you? Come on, be the funny man. Come on, funny man.
Oh,
and I don't know if that's how starved I am for attention and ego. That is like he had to say funny man 3 times. And I'm like, here I am. I was like, all right. I go, what sort of skit do you want to do? And he goes, let's just fucking wing it.
Oh, no.
And the moment he says that, I can't even be like, I don't want to wing it. Toby Keith goes, "Thank you, America. Good night."
Oh no.
So I run out on stage. I go, "Keep it going for Toby Keith. Ladies and gentlemen, next up, you know him from the Working Man Blues. Put it together for Mr. Merle Haggard." He strolls out at about the pace of like the worst Walmart scooter.
Yeah.
It's shockingly slow. And he comes up to me, stands next to me, looks at the audience, looks at me, audience, me, audience, back to me, grabs the microphone out of my hand and gives me a shove and goes, "Get off my stage, boy."
What?
Now, there are only 3 types of people that I know that use boy.
Yeah.
Fathers,
Yeah.
foghorn leghorns,
Yeah.
and crazy racists.
Yeah. Yep.
Too old for kids, no feathers. I'm worried it's the 3rd one.
Yeah,
You gotta
yeah.
watch. He seems like the type of dude who's like, "You're not the right sort of white for me, buddy."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Oh no.
You don't know what to do. So but then it hit me. I was like, oh, he thinks this is the bit. He's winging it. So I have to yes and this
Yeah.
situation. So I grab the mic back from him and I go,
What?
I was 21, man.
Yeah.
I grab the mic back and I go, "No, you get off my stage, boy." I gotta tell you, I don't know what the list of things that he's had said to him that he doesn't love is,
Oh man.
but that's near the top.
that's it. Yeah.
He shoves me back really, really hard.
Oh.
Walks over, grabs the mic, because I moved like
Yeah.
steps backwards, grabs the mic, and here's where your little piece of the story was right. Merle Haggard looks at me and goes, "I said off the stage, homo."
Oh no.
And then and like Worthington isn't like a super progressive town.
Yeah.
And this is literally 14 years ago. So the rules of,
Right.
people were getting away with shit they shouldn't.
Right.
Even in that, it's fucking silence in the auditorium.
Oh wow. Okay.
With the exception of one voice from behind the stage just going, "He did not just say that."
Ah, yes.
And then I got my $60, bought NBA 2K, and went on with my life.
Yeah.
Damn.
And also, which Merle Haggard did he do? Because there's also like, and I might be wrong, but I do believe there are one, if not multiple, Merle Haggard songs that drop the word.
Oh, I'm sure.
I don't
Right.
know.
I'm pretty
find out.
sure he's got like a couple that are like, whoa.
The interesting thing is like, that is the country music. You can find these musicians who you're like, "Oh, I love this guy so much. He's so great." And then you find one, you're like, "Hey, on his 3rd album, he said that we should extinguish a race of people." And you're like, on like one of their deep cuts, you're like, "That's not good,
Yes.
man."
Yeah. If you want to hear the most racist song ever, it's a song by a dude named Johnny Rebel. I do not remember the title, but it is a guy played it for me when I was living in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, in the year 2000.
Yep.
He's like, "Have you heard this?" And he played it, and this was like 2000, specifically in the sense that YouTube didn't exist.
Yeah.
And Google was not really a thing.
Yeah.
He just had a CD full of burnt old country songs that his former roommate had given to him.
Yeah.
He's like, "Have you ever heard this before?" And he played it to the point where like 10, 6, like not even like half a minute. I was like, "We should turn that down."
Yeah. And then I should leave.
And I was like, but he was playing it in like a "Isn't this fucked up" way. So we like listened to the full song. It is like one of those songs where you're like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
This is the most. But however, if I were a filmmaker and I was filming a scene where a black dude beat the shit out of a bunch of Klansmen, I would play that song over it as like an ironic twist of like, you know what I mean? Of like a,
like this is in your fucking face
like
moment.
you're hearing this awful song, but you're seeing these guys
them win.
no lose.
You know what I'm saying? You're seeing them triumph over the Klan.
Yeah, exactly.
The
Seeing
Klan lose.
the Klan get fucking stomped out. It would be like, because it's so unbelievably, like, he's like, someone in a recording studio was a tech going, "All right, let's take that again."
Yeah.
And it was just
man.
like, Jesus. It's, you know.
It's a tough thing about, because I love country music. I really do. And I don't love
Sure.
current country music, but you have to, there's
There was
lot.
a time where country was not racially charged bullshit.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
good storytelling music.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's like, and I don't like Hank Williams Jr. But he has like 2 songs where if you like country and you like good country, you're an idiot to not go, "Well, that's one of the better country songs ever made."
Sure.
And then he's got that the song. He has a song called "If the South Would Have Won, We'd Have Had It Made."
Oof.
And it's not even about. It doesn't even touch on the racial aspect of that, even though it's obviously implied with such a stupid take. But it's just him describing what America would be like if the South would have won. And you're like, somebody. And this is in the fucking. I think that song came out in the '80s. Somebody recorded that, and they put that was like a single. So yeah, it's hard. It's hard to be a country music fan. You got to sift and pick and choose if you want to be one. And there's a lot of good people in that industry at this point. I'll also say I want to end my story by story's over, but I do want to emphasize how fucking great, because I've always wanted to tell this story on stage.
You definitely should.
And I've never quite gotten it to the point I can. But and I also it's hard. I want to make sure everybody knows my cousin is so talented. And she's so good, and she works so hard. I always feel like I'm painting her in a bad light.
Did she headline?
She headlined.
Okay, yeah.
And brought Conway Twitty out and fucking just brought the roof down. She's I think anytime you're so good at pretending to be someone that someone goes, come pretend to be someone at my house.
Yeah.
You're a scary sort of good.
Come pretend to be me so I ain't got to be me no more.
Yeah. I'm tired.
That's Loretta Lynn. I'm just Beth.
I'm Beth, the woman who sits in the chair.
That's like, yeah, dude, that is so fucking funny because, like,
she's so good she doesn't have to have another job, right?
Yeah. That's exactly right. It is her only job.
That's crazy.
and I do think, I mean, Cartoon Network, somewhat Adult Swim, an animated version of Toby Keith Bounty Hunter. I think Cy should 100% do the voice of the Toby Keith guy.
Yeah.
that would
That's my wife.
Toby Keith Bounty Hunter. And well, how funny would that be just to have a full, not just the bounty hunter, but you just have the full like renegade agency of former Tribute X guys who are pretending to be Garth Brooks, but also fucking like, I'm deputy.
But then
I'm deputy fake Garth Brooks.
And they can get into all these events and they have backstage, it's like, and they swear whatever town they're in, one of them's going after
I would 100% watch this.
Yeah, I would 100% write for it.
Yeah.
And do the voice of fake, who's the guy? Tim McGraw.
Oh, you'd be a good fake Tim McGraw.
Don't kiss the girl.
I want to be all three Dixie Chicks. That's what I want to do. Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
I want to be tribute Tim McGraw voice.
Well, the good news for you guys is I was in LA for 6 years and I'm not good at selling stuff. So hold on to these dreams.
We got it, baby. Wait, but what you're good at is performing stand-up comedy and doing podcasts. So
can I tell people?
Yeah, tell
please
people.
do. Please
Oh,
do.
so because you just had the Chad dad.
We just had
Chaddy
Chad.
Daniels. So he and I have a show called Middle of Somewhere.
Right.
We do every Monday, and it's just the two of us telling. It's different than this, but it's like this. We would always catch up with each other every week and just talk about what was going on in our lives, and we started doing that on a mic and started doing it in a more focused manner. So
cool.
Yeah, it's called Middle of Somewhere, and we really, really love doing it.
That's awesome.
Two extremely funny gents, and also who aren't dealing with the coasts, who are just like, fuck it, do it from, because I don't think you need to be, as a comedian, you don't think you need to be in the coast anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, listen to that. That's for sure. And see this man live.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See
That's
Cy
very kind of you.
Amundson live.
Look at that. He was 90% at the
You're
end.
almost there.
That was pretty good.
Wait, where is your live stuff online?
I'm kind of on I'm dealing with a little bit of health bullshit, so I'm kind of on a hiatus right now. But my last album is called Monday Night. It's out right now.
It's called Monday Night. Now
I'll have new tour dates in the new year at some point.
And it's Monday night. That's just like standard Monday night. And his name, Cy, C-Y.
Nailed it.
And Amundson.
No, Amundson.
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 Nailed it. 100%.
There's a fucking U in there?
Yep.
Amundson.
You've seen it on paper by your.
You've seen it in the green room of Acme.
I've seen it. I can't. Now I've just got this mental thing.
Yeah, now it's
Now it's
becoming-
this like twist where my brain's like, no, it's too easy to say it wrong.
Well, I'm glad we've come full circle here.
Thanks for our guest, Cy Amundson. Cy Amundson.
Hey, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Before we leave?
Tell me whatever you want.
You're at Acme this week, and that's why you're in Minneapolis. No one's going to know that by the time they hear this.
This will be out in 3 weeks.
This will be out in 3
So
weeks.
3 weeks ago, I was at Acme. Favorite club, awesome club.
I'm going to try to come down to see you because I love you a lot. And
Thank you.
I'm so happy when I see you, and I'm so happy when I see you doing stuff well, because I think there are, and I know the people your fans who listen to the show know this, but there are people, you said the thing about not having coasts. It's very hard, I think, for comedians to come up and progress from headliners to growing their act and working all the clubs they want in the way comedy exists today. And there are guys like you and Chad and Dan Cummins who are doing it and consistently putting out. Like, you're a guy that I follow and I quietly compete with to walk the path you've walked. And
thank you.
And it was really fun to do this. So
thank you.
We'll hog after the mics are off, but I wanted to say that on the mic.
Yeah, I really appreciate that.
And you're a king of kings, my friend.
And we are all, but all kings. We are all royalty.
He's
I'm a
terrible.
queen.
He's terrible at receiving compliments.
Very bad at receiving compliments.
I saw it spin. He did okay.
Yeah.
Better than the name.
Yeah.
I think if you're too good at receiving compliments, it's because you don't truly appreciate them.
If you're too good, can you guys edit at the end of this?
Yeah.
If you're too good at receiving compliments, you're.
Boom! I mean, that's the name of. That's a great album title. I feel like I can't pat myself on the back ever because there's too many splinters in my hands from the years of building this shit. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you.
Woo!
Okay, so I recently wrote a holiday song, and it feels appropriate since this episode is being released on Christmas Eve to share that with you instead of one that I specifically wrote for this particular episode. Does that make sense?
That makes more sense than necessary.
Cool. All right, so here's my new holiday song, Let's Celebrate Christmas.
Oh my God. I think I just wrote the next big holiday song. Check it out. There's a million reasons why I love the Christmas season. 'Tis the season to be jolly. The trees, the lights, the falling snow, the mulled wine and the mistletoe, fa la la and boughs of holly. But my favorite thing above all of the reasons I just said is that mistletoe's not the only thing I can hold over your head. Let's celebrate Christmas. I love celebrating with you. Let's celebrate Christmas. The whole time I'll remind you I'm a Jew. I'm a Jew, I'm a Jew, I'm a Jew. Sure, I love your pretty Christmas lights, but did you hear? We have some kick-ass candles that burn for 8 straight nights. I love that you leave cookies out for old Saint Nick, but we leave wine out for Elijah. I mean, which one would you pick? And Christian kids get wafers when they go to Mass, but Jewish kids get chocolate coins. Actually, that one's a little anti-Semitic now that I think about it. I mean, chocolate money to children? We're really trying to perpetuate that stereotype and starting young, aren't we? Anyway, you know I love to decorate your Christmas tree, but I just trimmed my Hanukkah bush. You ain't got nothing on me. Let's celebrate Christmas. I love celebrating with you. Let's celebrate Christmas. The whole time I'll remind you that 6 million white people died in the Holocaust. I know, that's dark for a holiday song, but if you're a Jew, then you know the truth. Jewish holidays are less of a celebration and more of a day of punishment in which we have to think about our sins and we can't eat anything. God, I get so hungry. Like, okay, seriously, I just learned this. When a groom smashes the glass at a Jewish wedding, okay, I thought that the shards of glass symbolize the many years that the happy couple is about to share. No. It symbolizes the destruction of the Jewish temple in Jerusalem. Fun! Very romantic. Let's celebrate Christmas.